Yeah, we're just in here doing some work. What gives? Well, I had just fixed and tightened this up and reattached this toilet flush handle. Got that all done, cleaned up around here, wiped everything down because I noticed the floor was kind of dirty and the top of this had just a little bit of dust on it and grime. And when you go like that on your toilet top, if it's dirty, you'll know that your entire bathroom's dirty. So I wiped down the whole floor and everything. But here's one thing that is kind of annoying to me. I always like to have the toilet seats line up. See how this one's off by a little bit. It's flush over here, and there's a big gap here. See there? And I thought, well, since I'm in here, I might as well make a quick video of this on how to re-secure a loose toilet seat or how to reposition a toilet seat. And generally, not all toilet seats are the same either, by the way. Here is where you're going to go with a little tiny screwdriver. Okay, and that's just how this one comes undone. I pop these off. There's a little place right there to get my little screwdriver. Now let's just see. Sometimes these are Phillips or standard, and some are both. Okay, so this one happens to be, oh man, that's tight. Sometimes you can just loosen it from here, but what happens, okay, here it goes. So I'm getting it to a certain extent, but there's generally a nut underneath. Wow, that one's tight too. And I think I'm gonna have to loosen that up. Good golly, Miss Molly. I'm gonna hold that to see if I can't loosen it. I'm trying to stay out of your way. Wow, that nut is tight. Woo. Okay, I got it. See, now it's spinning. Sometimes you don't have to do that. See this one here? Look, I just kind of held underneath here, and that one was just slightly loose. And now, see, I can reposition my seat exactly where I want it. And that looks better right there. I'm going to hold it down with my chest while I tighten this up. And I'm just holding the screw or the nut underneath the toilet. Let's show you what those nuts look like. Not all of them are the same. They're going to look the same, but you see that one? It's a plastic nut. You should be able to just kind of hang on to that while you're tightening the screw. And that one, man, that one was really super tight. This one, you shouldn't have to tighten it so tight, you know, with a pair of pliers. There, I think that's plenty tight. Okay. And if it loosens up later, you can put your screwdriver in there and reach down there and tighten it a little bit more. Okay. Now see, I've moved it over because I've got a slight gap there now. I've got a slight gap here, repositioned, all lining up and everything. I'm going to call that good. Just a little finagling with the screwdriver, and you know, I should really get a yeah, that one's plenty tight. I should get the next size standard screw driver, a little bit bigger than this. This is the only one I carry in my nail bag, and sometimes it's just barely too small, or I'll be like, man, I wish I had a bigger screwdriver on me, but then I never get it. Okay, so Now I'm just gonna put that back on there. And sometimes they snap, other times they don't necessarily snap. Okay, and I don't think it really matters one way or another. It fits all nice and tight down in there. Anyways, I mean this seat's almost 20 years old, so, or this toilet. So I don't know how old the actual seat is. Let's see if I can flip it around a different direction and see if it'll snap in there. I guess it did. There's a little nib there. I'll put it the same direction as where the screwdriver fits. That one didn't really snap in there, but there you go. Now, hope. And if you get ready to replace a toilet seat, that's generally how you do it. Right there, usually somewhere back in there. And if you don't see something, just probe around. Take your little tiny screwdriver and fish it around somewhere, and you might have to reach down next to the toilet bowl and pop it off there. It just depends, you know. You'll be able to do it. I'm sure of it. Well, that's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos. I can mark that off my list.